Just do what I tell you, little girl.
Daddy, it is up to Michael and me, and we've decided to let our own child make up his own mind about religion.
That's telling him, fat lady.
Thank you, honey. I better go baste the turkey.
Wait a minute, last day.
Oh, no. Gloria, I'll baste the turkey. Thanks.
Listen, I'm warning you two. You mend your ways, and one of these days you're going to be chased around by a lot of little red devils with pitchforks who want to baste you.
What is all this about being afraid of God? I was taught in Sunday school that God loves everybody.
Oh, he does, unless you rub him the wrong way. You do that, he sends down plagues like he done with them ancient Egyptian kings, the Pharisees. God has got one hell of a temper. He could hit you with an earthquake or one of them famous floods.
Yeah, that flood wiped out a lot of innocent people. And what about all those poor animals that were drowned?
Hey, but not the fish. The fish was having a picnic. They was eating catlets for a change.
Just tell me one thing, just one thing, Arch. Is that what you want for our child, to worship a God who you depict as cruel and merciless?
I want to tell you something, buddy, that you better keep a civilian tongue in your head, because the Lord can hear and he knows what's going on every place, every time. You two got to show some respect. Get away.
Wait. All right. Assuming there is a God, which I am not. Assuming there is. You say he is everywhere.
Yes.
And he knows everything.
Yes.
Well, then he would know what was in my heart.
He knows you don't believe in him.
No, but if I did believe in him, Archie, I believe in him because he's a loving and forgiving God.
He won't forgive you for being an atheist, buddy.
He would forgive me anything.
He wouldn't forgive you for showing him disrespect?
Sure he would.
Oh.
He'd even forgive me for doing that.
What, for going to me?
No, for going to him.
Wow! You better find a tailor who can measure you for a lightning rod, buddy. You know what you just said here? He said it, Lord, not me. Did you hear this? You better watch your step, God forgive you. Hey, eat it. Come out here, eat it.
It's almost ready.
Never seen a man so low and depaved that he would go to the Lord.
It doesn't make any difference. If I believed in God, I wouldn't go to God.
You done it again.
But I don't believe in him, so I went to nobody.
You done it again. I'm getting the hell out of here. Come on, Edith, we're going home.
We ain't had dinner yet.
Well, I ain't gonna have dinner. I'm scared to eat in this house. You know what that meathead just done? He gave the Bronx cheer to the Lord. So, and he's gonna bring up our grandson to do the same thing. Come on, Edith, come with me and don't look back. You'll be turned into a pillow of salt.
Genesis 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man, and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God.
Remember, Noah, he chose you for a reason.
The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh wherein is the breath of life from under heaven. And everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou, and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. Thus did Noah, according to all that God commanded him, so did he.
That's described in the Bible, which is actually a pretty impressive size ship. Movies don't.
Remember, Noah, I chose you for a reason.
Genesis 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come down, all thy house, into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation.
Remember, Noah, I chose you for a reason.
Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7s, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by 7s, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 14 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, into the ark because of the waters of the flood, of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days, that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day, were all the fountains of the great deep broken up. And the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, into the ark, they and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lift up above the earth. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl, and of cattle, and of beast, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. And every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man, and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth.
Remember, Noah, I chose you for a reason.
And Noah only remained alive.
Remember,
and they
Noah, I chose you
that were
for a
with
reason.
him in the ark.
Remember, Noah,
But
I
Noah
chose you
found
for a
grace
reason.
in the eyes of the Lord. Noah was a just man, and perfect in his generations.
Remember, Noah, he chose you for a reason.
Noah walked with God.
Hello. It's nice to see you all here. Now, as the more perceptive of you probably realized by now, this is hell. And I am the devil. Good evening. But you can call me Toby, if you like. We try to keep things informal here, as well as infernal. That's just a little joke of mine. I tell it every time. Now, you're all here for eternity. Ooh, which I hardly need tell you is a heck of a long time. So you'll all get to know each other pretty well by the end. But for now, I'm going to have to split you up into groups. Will you stop screaming? Thank you. Now, murderers. Murderers, over here, please. Thank you. Looters and pillagers over here. Thieves, if you could join them. And lawyers. You're in that lot. Fornicators, if you could step forward. My God, there are a lot of you. Could I split you up into adulterers and the rest? Male adulterers, if you could just form a line in front of that small guillotine in the corner there. The French, are you here? Okay. If you'd just like to come down here with the Germans, that'd be lovely. I'm sure you'll have plenty to talk about. Okay, atheists. Atheists, over here, please. You must be feeling a right bunch of nitwits. Never mind. And finally, Christians. Christians, if you could come down here, that'd be really kind. Thank you. Okay. Right. Well, are there any questions? Yes. No, I'm afraid we don't have any toilets. If you'd read your Bible, you might have seen that it was damnation without relief. So if you didn't go before you came, then I'm afraid you're not going to enjoy yourself very much. But then I believe that's the idea. Okay, well, it's over to you, Adolf. And I'll catch you all later at the barbecue. Bye.
For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?